Hey everyone, and welcome to Level Up English Podcast. I'm Samantha, and it's great to have you here. Our mission is simple. Don't just learn English, learn in English.
And I'm Benjamin. We're thrilled you're joining us for another episode in our RealTalk series. In RealTalk, we take everyday situations and uncover the high-level communication skills hidden within them. We give you the tools not just to survive, but to thrive.
Exactly. And today's situation is one we all face, ordering food and drinks. Now, this might seem simple, but it's a perfect laboratory for practicing two of the most essential skills in English: expressing your wants and needs politely and making clear, effective requests. Getting this right is the difference between a smooth, pleasant interaction and an awkward, frustrating one.
I know that awkwardness all too well. I remember being in London on a solo trip. I went into this traditional pub, and the bartender, a very busy, no-nonsense guy, just looked at me and said, "What do you want?" My brain froze. I just pointed at a tap and mumbled, "I want that beer?" He poured it, slammed it on the counter, and moved on. I felt so small and clumsy, like I had failed some basic social test.
That is such a relatable story, and it perfectly illustrates our point. It wasn't just about the beer, it was about the interaction. Today, we're giving you the RealTalk playbook to handle that moment with total confidence. So let's create a scene and act it out. We're at a new trendy bistro for lunch. I'll be me, and Ben, you be you. Then, when the waiter approaches, I'll play the part of the waiter.
Got it. Role play mode activated. Okay, so we're sitting down, looking at the menus. I see a spicy chorizo panini and a truffle mushroom risotto. I'm already torn.
Ooh, the avocado toast with a poached egg is calling my name. But their quinoa power bowl also looks really healthy. You know, this risotto, it says it comes with Parmesan. I wonder if that's just sprinkled on top.
Good question. I'm actually a little sensitive to dairy, so that's good to know. Okay, I think I have my decision. Looks like the waiter's coming over.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Corner Bistro. Have you had a chance to look over the menu? Can I get you started with some drinks?
Oh, yes, thanks. I'll just have a still water for now, thank you. What about you, Sam?
I'd love to start with the sparkling water, please. Excellent. And are you ready to order food, or would you like another moment?
I think we're ready. I'm going to go with the truffle mushroom risotto. I have a quick question about it, though. I'm a bit sensitive to dairy. Could you tell me if the Parmesan is mixed into the risotto, or is it just a garnish?
That's a great question. In our recipe, it is stirred in to make it creamy. However, the chef can easily prepare it for you without the cheese. The mushroom and truffle base is naturally dairy-free.
Oh, that's perfect. In that case, yes, I'd like to order it prepared without the Parmesan, please. Thank you so much for checking.
My pleasure. Okay, now it's my turn to order from our waiter. I think I'll have the quinoa power bowl. It looks delicious. And would it be possible to get a little extra dressing on the side?
Of course, we can do that for you. So, to confirm, 1 truffle risotto prepared without dairy and 1 quinoa power bowl with extra dressing on the side.
Perfect. And scene. That was great.
Okay, that role play felt very realistic, and it was packed with useful language. Let's break it down, starting with core function number 1, expressing wants and needs.
Let's do it. We used a whole arsenal of phrases, and I want to put them on a politeness scale for our listeners so they understand the nuance. Level 1, the direct statement. This is I want, like in your pub story, Ben. I want a beer. As we discussed, it can come across as abrupt or demanding, especially to a native speaker in a service context. It's grammatically correct, but socially, it's a bit clumsy.
Right. It's the difference between knowing the dictionary definition of a word and knowing how to use it in the real world. That's learning in English.
Exactly. So let's move up the scale. Level 2, the confident decision. This is where you find the most common, natural-sounding phrases. You said, I'll just have a still water. I'll have is short for I will have. and it signals a friendly, clear decision. The word just you added is a softener. It makes the phrase even more casual and easygoing, like it's no big deal.
I also used, I'm gonna go with, which felt very natural. It's like I'm narrating my decision-making process.
It's a fantastic conversational phrase. It feels less like a command and more like you're sharing a thought. My phrase, I think I'll have, has the same effect. It adds a layer of gentle consideration. All of these level 2 phrases are your go-to options for sounding friendly and confident.
So, I'll have, I'll go with, I think I'll have, got it. What's the next level up?
Level 3, the soft request. This is the territory of would like. It's the most formally polite and safest option. You used it when you confirmed your order. I'd like to order it. I used a variation to order my drink. I'd love to start with. Using would or would love is inherently polite because it uses a conditional mood. It's not a statement of fact, I will have this, but a statement of preference. This is my preferred choice, if available. You can never go wrong with I'd like.
That's a really clear breakdown. So, it's about choosing the right tool for the job, depending on the situation and how you want to come across. Now let's tackle the really juicy part. Core function number 2. Making requests. This is where things can get tricky.
They can, but they don't have to. Your performance in the role play was a masterclass. The first thing you did right was you didn't just launch into your request. You framed it. You said, I have a quick question about it, though.
Ah, right. I gave a heads up, like putting on your turn signal before changing lanes.
That's the perfect analogy. It prepares the listener and signals that you need a moment of their specific attention. It's incredibly considerate. Then you made the request itself using a gold standard formula. Could you tell me if the Parmesan is mixed in? This is an information gathering question, not a demand. You're asking for help, which makes people want to help you.
And after you, playing the waiter, gave me the information, I made my final specific request. I'd like to order it prepared without the Parmesan, please. It felt important to be very clear, but still polite.
It was perfect, and your use of please at the end was the cherry on top. Now, my request was slightly different. I asked, and would it be possible to get extra dressing on the side? This is another one of our top-tier formulas. Let's list out these request-making tools. For information, could you tell me if, or I was just wondering if. For an action, very polite, would it be possible to, or is it possible to? For a direct but still polite action, could you please? E.g., could you please bring me another napkin?
The common thread here is that they are all structured as questions. You are giving the other person agency and respecting their role. You're not commanding, you're collaborating.
You're collaborating on a successful outcome. That's the mindset. And this leads to a crucial point. What if I, as the waiter, had said, I'm sorry, the risotto is pre-made with cheese and we can't change it? What would your next move have been?
My RealTalk training kicks in. I wouldn't get frustrated. I would pivot. I would have said something like, oh, okay, thanks so much for checking for me. I really appreciate it. In that case, could I just take another moment to look at the menu?
Perfect pivot. No drama, no frustration. You acknowledge their effort, thanks for checking, express gratitude, and then make another polite request. This shows that the skill isn't just about getting what you want, it's about gracefully navigating the entire interaction, no matter the outcome.
Okay, I feel pretty confident about the restaurant scenario now, but the real test, as you always say, is skill transfer.
It is. Because we're not just learning English scripts, we're learning communication systems in English. So let's take these tools and apply them to a completely different, higher stakes, real talk scenario. You've just started a new job. You're in a one-on-one meeting with your new manager. I'll play the manager. You need to ask for access to a specific software, and you need to ask if it's possible to get a deadline extended on a non-urgent task.
Wow, okay, the stakes are much higher. This is not about a side salad. This is about making a good impression on my new boss.
Exactly, but the tools are the same. So we're in the meeting. I've just finished giving you an update. So that's the general overview of the project. Do you have any initial questions?
That's a very clear overview, thank you. I do have a couple of practical questions to make sure I get started on the right foot, if you have a moment.
Of course, go ahead. Ooh, I love that opener. To get started on the right foot. Excellent framing. Now ask for the software.
Great. To begin the market analysis, I'll need access to the company's data analytics platform. Would it be possible for you to grant me access, or is there a specific person in IT I should contact for that?
Good question. I can authorize that for you. I'll send the request to IT after our meeting. Ben, that was a textbook perfect execution. You stated the need clearly, I'll need access, linked it to a business reason to complete the analysis, used our would it be possible formula, and even offered a proactive solution. Or should I contact IT? That's A+ work. Now for the tricky one, the deadline.
This one needs to be even softer. Thank you. I appreciate that. The other thing I wanted to quickly touch on is the competitor report. I see the deadline is this Friday. Given that I'm still in the middle of my onboarding this week, I was wondering if there would be any flexibility on that deadline. I'd be grateful if we could perhaps move it to early next week, just to ensure I can give it the full attention it deserves.
That's perfectly reasonable. Yes, let's aim for Tuesday afternoon. Thanks for bringing that up proactively. Ben, that was a masterclass. You used I was wondering if, which is wonderfully indirect, and the phrase I'd be grateful if is a fantastic professional way to show appreciation while making a request. You've just proven that these skills are completely universal.
It really is the same toolkit, it's just a different context. Mastering how to ask for no cheese on your risotto really is the first step to asking your boss for a deadline extension.
That's the real lesson of today's Real Talk episode. It's all about expressing your needs clearly and making requests respectfully. When you master that, you can navigate almost any situation with confidence. And that's a wrap for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to check out the show notes on your podcast app or on our website for a full transcript, a detailed list of all the key vocabulary, and a handy summary of the request-making formulas from today's discussion. If you found this episode helpful, the best way to support the show is to hit follow or subscribe and leave us a quick review. It really helps new listeners discover us. Until next time, keep learning and keep growing. I'm Samantha, and this has been the Level Up English podcast.